3, 2, 1.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Homie Trinity. I fucked that up. Pause that. I lost my track.
Clip it.
Thinking too hard, man. Just relax, yo.
Just say it, dog. It ain't gotta
just
be
relax,
man. Just say your piece.
Yeah, just clip it.
Okay. Yo.
All right, ready? Here we go. Ready? You want me to count you down? Ready?
Yeah.
This fucker's laughing. All right,
Yep.
3.
No, it's a real thing.
2,
I get it.
1, go.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Homie Trinity. Before we get into it, remember, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Hit the bell alert so you know when we put out new content.
What up, homies and homettes? It's your boy Big Ren in the house. Welcome to another episode of the Homie Trinity Podcast.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy E. Hope y'all enjoy the content we're putting out, man. Like I said, make sure that you are also subscribing to all of our and following us on all of our social media. Here we go. All right, so on today's episode, everybody, we're going to go ahead and do our weekly recap of The Last of Us. We're going to go ahead and touch up on episode 3, give you the recap, and then at the end of the conversation, we will give you guys the preview for the episode that's getting ready to drop on Sunday night. So this one was a little, I guess you could say, off for me just because it wasn't something that had anything to do with the previous 2 episodes. It was something that had really kind of just taken on. It was an episode by itself. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the episode, it did kind of move things forward. For those of you guys that have not watched any of our videos yet, just as a heads up, this is not a spoiler-free conversation. We are going to talk about the episode itself. So if you are not somebody that has seen the episode from last week,
abort mission now.
Thank you. Exactly. We don't need anybody telling us comments about how we ruined something that everybody's watching at the same time. But this one kind of moved the story along at the very end of the episode. But it did kind of give us a little bit of perspective in regards to how things went down for a different group of people. You know what I'm saying? Once the infection really started to spread. So this one was about which boy's name? Bill and Frank, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And you basically had a doomsday prepper who, when the government came, and he referred to them in the episode as the Nazis, when they came to actually check in, I guess you could say, on his town, he stayed locked up in his basement. And you could tell right from the jump with the cameras, with the food layout, with the amount of weaponry that the dude had down there, that he was not going anywhere.
He was in there. He was like, "Not today, you boot something." What did he say?
Yeah, tell me what that means. I don't know what that means. Order New Jack boots. What is that?
Boot
liquors or whatever it was.
new Jack boots, Boot Jack, something. I need to watch. That was a good one though. It was a good one.
New Jack. I'm thinking Nino Brown. I don't know how that references the government.
Damn self. I ain't going down.
Everybody going down. G Money going. The Dutter Man going. Like everybody going.
The light skinned boy did it.
Now, see, where in the hell else are you going to have The Last of Us and New Jack City brought into one conversation?
All together.
We just told our age. That's all that was. If they didn't guess it by now, we're definitely like, yeah.
All right, tune in next week for
right.
I didn't mean to stop you. Nah. Keep going.
No, you good, man. I think that it was interesting to see how he took, as everybody knows that doomsday prepping is something that people do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I thought it was an interesting take on how that mentality of, I told y'all it was coming, now it's here. I'm ready, y'all ain't. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was a pretty interesting aspect of, again, once the outbreak kind of happened and everything along those lines, dude was like, y'all can go ahead on and go. And I thought it was funny, man, because like the first thing that he did when he came out was, I'm going to get gas. And I'm getting ready to rob a daggone a Lowe's or Home Depot.
This dude had the Home Depot set up on the generator. He was in there and was like, the power went out, and he was like, "Oh, that didn't last long." Like he had the power set up himself. I don't understand it. Dude had gas. Dude had fire bombs. Like, this dude was set.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, between
I don't
building
get
that
it.
fence and setting up all of his booby traps and everything along those lines, man. I mean, he went into it though. Like there was like zero hesitation. As soon as everybody was out of the daggone town that he was living in, he immediately went into, now I need to protect mine. You know what I'm saying? Building a fence, getting the electrocution, getting the electricity onto it so that anybody touched it would get electrocuted. Setting up all his daggone codes and all that other kind of stuff in order to be able to just to get into his complex. I thought it was funny though when the one zombie came walking up and he hit the tripwire, and he had the daggone bullet lined up exactly where. I'm like, how do you know the dude was gonna be 6'3"? You know what I'm saying? What if it was a 5'4" dude? Damn bullet went right over his damn head.
He had a shotgun shell in there, man. That was some buckshot, man. He can cover from all of this. But he laughed
buckshot, birdshot.
He laughed at it while he was eating. He was like, "Oh yeah, got you."
Right.
Like,
I mean, and that dude had video cameras set up.
Closer.
He had stuff set up all over the place so that he could watch what was going on around him. You know what I'm saying? And then,
but did you
Frank
peep how
shows
much
up.
he had though? Like, boy
Like,
had
the
been
guns
doing
he
that
had?
for
Like,
a long time. He was down in his basement. Like, he had a secret compartment under, what was that? A dresser, armoire, sofa, love
Right.
seats. Like, you weren't, like, he's in there watching it like he's watching the latest episode on Netflix. Like, I'm watching this disaster, and he's just not commentating. He got guns. He could do something, but he's watching a disaster. He making up insults we ain't never heard of before. New jack boots. Then he dipped. He goes to straight, like you said, to the BJ's, Costco's, like he was my pops on the weekend. He getting everything.
So
He
we're
robbed
adding
a boat.
We're adding S's.
88 S10.
Costco's.
88 S10. And
Right.
a blue 88 S10. My daddy got 3 or 4 of them joints.
No respect for his neighbors. He stole a boat, like all kind of shenanigans, ripped it apart.
Why? The Joker
Like-
went to the liquor store and took everything.
I would have been
Like-
the first one grabbing the Pappy Van Winkles. I'm sorry. Like,
When does
that would have been me.
When does
I
a
got all the
boat-
Stag Juniors. All of that.
when
The
does a
smoke
boat
wagons.
become your trailer? Like, when does a boat become your trailer? Like, I was like, yo, this dude got a boat. He going fishing? No, this dude uses it as
He
a
won't
trailer.
nowhere
He got
near
gas
water.
cans. He got gas cans. He got liquor. He got everything in the boat.
With the fence, what was that supposed to like deter?
I was
Hey.
thinking about that, man. And
It
I
stopped
don't know
everybody.
between
See, but
the
this is
booby
why you
traps
got to
that
play
he
the
had
game, dog.
outside of it. You know what I'm saying?
In the
Like,
game, he had
the
cars
pits
like
and
stacked up.
everything. Well, and I think towards the end they had that, right?
Sure.
Oh,
Like, I don't remember. Maybe. All I saw was a barbed wire, yo. Like, nah, man, because remember, like when he was out there fighting in the middle of the night, it was still the barbed
It
wire
was still
fence.
the regular fence, right?
Yeah.
Now,
But
And his
I just-
man
I mean,
shit.
between-
Like, he's in the bed sleeping. He don't hear all them gunshots. He had to
Nah,
having
I
sweet
think
dreams. Talking to the Sandman, a boy outside firing rifles. Then he ain't got no better sense to come and distract him. Like, go back to
Yeah.
sleep, son.
I was
Like,
like-
you have no gun. You're not prepared. I gotta turn
Dude.
around and talk to you. Now I'm shot in the back.
He grabbed the
Useless.
Joker
gun,
was standing.
but
This
instead of
Joker
him
was standing
shooting,
in the middle of the damn
he
road.
calling
Dog.
the
No
dude.
protection like that.
He turned around,
Ow.
worried about him getting shot.
Right. Another one. How survivalist minded are you if you firing from the middle of the street? Anybody who played Call of Duty know to take cover,
Except for me.
Yeah.
Except for me. You know.
except for Royce. Royce will die
It
14
is.
times in 15 minutes. It's the most hilarious thing. Come join us on Xbox.
I can
We play
do
all
it.
the time.
I can
Like,
do
I'm
it.
down.
Yeah.
I'm down. Royce, we know. We see you, bro. Like, we see you crawling. We'll come and get you in a second.
No, I
Every
think that,
time.
like the crazy part about it was that like you said, like I initially said the same thing. What the hell is going to stop that? And then I started looking at all the different things that he had set up. He had the fire, he had the pits that were set
Yeah.
up, he had the electricity
This
to
dude
it.
was crazy.
So evidently it worked because he lived there for years before Frank
Man, that's
showed
a
up.
show.
You know what I'm saying?
He also robbed the Home Depot and the Costco's like 1 or 2 times, and it lasted him decades. I can't get
Dude, he
the
can go back
Publix
whenever he
for
wants.
1 week and not have to re-up in a day or two. Like, I need that plan. I look at the credit card like, why are we at Publix again?
This dude was a mechanical engineer, electrical engineer, a structural engineer. He was
Boy
every
Scout,
engineer. He
MacGyver's
was-
cousin, baby, like daddy. I don't.
He was all the engineers because he knew how to
Everything.
do everything. He was wiring keypads. He had fire bombs. This dude
Yeah.
had holes. He
Boy
had
was ready.
split shotguns set up. This dude was. He did a
Boy
lot of
was
reading
ready.
or something. That's for
He
sure.
was ready.
I mean, and I think that was the one thing that the show really kind of focused on this week is that even though dude stayed in, his own little world, that the humanity portion of him after, and I thought it was funny when he came out with the little tester thing. Your dude's down in the daggone ditch after he comes up the the ladder. He goes, "Where the hell did you get one of those from?" You know what I'm saying? He didn't say shit. He just put it on his daggone neck and found out that he was green.
Hey,
But that's when the
You know he
humanity
murked
portion
somebody.
came in, man. Oh, he had
but
to.
he ain't
Multiple
asked.
people.
He ain't asked old boy where he got that fat ass steak from. Where he get that fat ass steak
No,
from?
he did not. It was
Was
rabbit.
it a
The
steak
fungus
or
ain't take
rabbit?
up.
It was
No,
rabbit.
he fed old boy the rabbit. But before old boy got there, when he was watching the
He had his own
head get
steak.
shot, this motherfucker had a filet mignon. Where he get that from?
He had at one point in time, man, he had there was a segment that showed him hanging some sort of an animal, you know what I'm saying, to drain it and everything
Maybe
along those
maybe
lines.
it was venison. Maybe it was venison. I don't think it was a
could have
cow.
been.
Maybe it was venison. I don't know.
But I mean, he definitely had himself set up for. He would have been perfectly content living out the rest of his life with nobody around.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like somebody we
Oh
know.
yeah.
But
And then his boy come around because of jab at Renee.
What? Nah, what? I totally missed it. What? He's what?
See,
I said he would have been perfectly
we-
content living the rest of his life
See?
by himself alone, like somebody
That
we
would have
need the
been me.
soundtracks. We need
Yo,
the
would've
but,
been you.
but I'm not mechanically inclined. I wouldn't have survived long. I'd have been in that bunker for like, I don't know, a week, and then you'd have to come and get me because I'm not mechanically inclined.
Royce, he would have went to Target and got all the Purell.
Bro, like, listen, right, first thing on the damn
deodorant,
list.
toilet paper.
Vicks Vapor Rub.
I'm not gonna front, and this is gonna sound bad. When COVID hit, like that was awesome for me because I got to stay home and work and not have to engage with people. So I could see where if I was a survivalist, that could have probably been me, dude. Like chilling, watching cats just blow up, just walking around.
I just never forget.
It was a good story, though. I think they did a great job of the writing.
Right, and the biggest thing with that whole aspect of it is that. And I know that this, and I read an article about this. This episode and this character and the development between him and Joel and Tess, that wasn't something that happened in the game. He was caught in a trap, and it was just Bill at that point in time. So they really had to kind of expand on the character a little bit in order to be able to bring him into the actual show itself.
Yeah, because if you play the game, you know that none of this occurred. Like it's even an afterthought. They might have alluded to their relationship, but he was more like on his own. They had some beef. Boy leaves, gets bitten, and then he's like, "I'm out." And then he somehow gets, jacked up, and then he hangs himself. But they took that little portion of the game and made a really good episode, like top to bottom. The acting was great. The shots were good. Like, I have like logistical issues with the whole Costco BJ, like endless supply of resources. And then the dusty house, I couldn't have done that. Yeah, but like it was well done top to bottom, man. That's why I kind of always lean to like you might need to just check out a walkthrough, per episode just to get your fix too and get some background information. Like, because they took this information, they took this storyline and they expanded on it. And it was pretty cool.
I did find that there are a couple of different people on YouTube right now that are giving weekly recaps. And within the recap, part of it is the similarities between the episode and the game. You know what I'm saying? So those are the ones that I've kind of been going to because like we talked about last week, man, I'm not trying to sit down and know the entirety of the story and then watch it.
Yeah, I get that.
You get that from us.
Watching it unfold. Right. You know
I'll
what
do
I'm
it
saying?
just because I'm a jerk. I'll ruin it for everybody.
Would you say abort mission? Abort mission?
Yeah,
How you got
redos
on the show, and two of us bounce because we don't want to find out what's happening. But now I think, and I will say this, man. I mean, I know that he's been on a number of different shows and things along those lines. But the guy that played Bill, Nick Offerman, I thought he acted his ass off this past week. You know what I'm saying? Just from
it was good.
yeah, it was a great performance by him. But I also thought that at the end of it all, with Joel and Ellie now getting the car that they needed, you know what I'm saying? With again the MacGyver-esque friggin' car battery that was sitting in a friggin' refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? I mean, here's all the
Hey,
pieces that you
hey,
need.
he
You just gotta be
planned
able
for
to put
everything.
everything together.
Hey, y'all are 80s babies too, man. You know your parents kept the batteries in the refrigerator. I still keep the batteries in the refrigerator.
Like your Duracell and your Energizers, they're in the fridge?
Come on. Yes.
For real? We still do that?
You mean to tell me Renee and Glass ain't Javier and Glass? Y'all ain't do that, man? Come on, man.
But we got rechargeable battery packs now. Why are we still doing that?
Who uses rechargeable
Not everybody
battery
buys
packs? I don't use
rechargeable.
Yeah. Rechargeable
They would
battery
avoid
Amazon
putting it in the
Basics, baby.
refrigerator.
No, man.
in the butter tray.
No.
In the Tupperware. Why you got the Energizer shit in the Tupperware, B? Like,
Stay in the top shelf where the egg's supposed to be.
man, you gonna mess around and get some kind of poisoning in your damn Lipton iced tea. Keep playing. Outbreak started at Royce's crib in Naples, Italy, because he putting Duracell in red Tupperware joints.
No, ain't no Tupperware. That ain't just sitting on the shelf.
That's ground
It's in the
zero.
box.
That's the guy right there. Naples.
We have found the outbreak individual.
Yep, my
so-
brother has poisoned us all. Sorry.
Like I said, I do think that it has moved the story along. You know, when you get to the very
Yeah.
end and everything along those lines, I think that I really appreciated what Joel did at the end of this episode. One, you're not going to talk about Tess. You know what I'm saying? She is no longer a conversation piece. Two, you're going to do what the hell I tell you, when the hell I tell you. You know what I'm saying? In order for us to be able to make it through this. And I don't know what's going to happen with that pistol that, you know what I'm saying, she wound up finding and putting in her daggone bag. But I mean, it's just, I like the way that they have in each and every episode that they've done so far. They have definitely set you up for something that's going to happen down the line. You know what I'm saying? So I enjoyed the progression, if you would, of the story itself. But I like the way
let me ask you this:
keeping their characters human. You know what I'm saying? So
let me ask you this, because we're all fathers of young ladies. What you think your mind frame would be, or mind state would be, if your daughter got killed in front of you, dog? Like, how do you recover from that?
You don't.
That's what I'm saying. I'd be a raving lunatic. I would just be running in the middle of that infected. Like, just chew off my ears, B.
Just like, what's his name? Joel, his daughter got killed when they were leaving the quarantine zone and the dude pointed the rifle at him with the light, he snapped and he beat the dude's face in.
Yeah, he had a
bricks off of him.
Yeah, that's what happened.
That's PTSD like a mother, yo. Like,
yeah.
You peep how the watch take the watch off when it broke. Like, that was at that moment.
He didn't take the watch off. But the other part about it is that in that first episode, when they were taking the bodies from the back end of the truck and putting them into the fire pit, if you would, the chick looked at him and was just like, I can't. And Joel just reached in there, grabbed. So he's now numb to the fact, but still has that memory lingering, you know what I'm saying, from when everything happened with his daughter, Sarah. So I
can't imagine.
He's lost two people now and still doesn't know what's going on with his brother, per se. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
yeah, exactly.
We all know will eventually, at some point in time, rear its ugly head.
Man.
So
I'd be watching mine like a hawk with these little crusty boys out here. Never mind if it was infected people. Like, nah.
All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and jump into a quick preview of next week's episode.
Oh, smells like burnt shit.
Like, was Boy taking a piss behind the truck?
What's hers?
I'm all turned around.
Yeah, rocking that 88
It's the second day in the fucking car, man. Stop.
Please help.
Are we gonna
Nah,
help
F
him?
that dude, yo.
Nope. Oh,
This has gone too far. It has to stop.
Where is he?
We'll get through this.
I know.
How you know?
hey man, that chick said it's the second day in the car. Chick, you could be walking your ass. I'm like, you better be happy for this 88 S10.
Yeah, that episode like it's gonna be dope.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I think they're doing a good job too, man, of like introducing new characters each week. You know what I'm saying? So eventually,
yeah.
somebody aside from the virus will become a villain. I'm assuming, but doing little tidbits like that, man. I think that it's I don't know, man. I tonight we're filming this Sunday morning. You know what I'm saying, or early evening in Royce's case.
Right.
I can't wait for tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'll be perfectly honest with you. So.
No, this group
say
you guys are
tomorrow.
about to see, it's think like Negan's group. If you watch The Walking Dead, like
Oh man, and here comes your villains then.
yeah,
Nice.
Mhm.
not exactly the
Yeah,
same,
never
but
seen it.
along those lines.
Spoiler.
Never,
Spoiler. Told
never
you.
seen an episode of that
put-
either.
What?
I said it. I said it.
What? What?
I said it. Never seen an
Uh.
episode of The Walking Dead. Not one.
All right, show's over, people. Have a good day.
Okay, yeah, all right. I digress.
Right, I'm out.
Go.
No, I got you. It ain't for everybody,
All right.
man. I got you.